Okay, welcome to the second episode of This Might Get Weird, and I'm super excited to have author, illustrator, and now cover artist Phrique here to chat with me about all the things he's been doing lately. How are you?
I am great. I'm excited to be on it. Your hair is just so purple, and I'm in my like purple era, so I just keep on staring at it. So if I just kind of blink out, it's all your fault. And
I'll
then the
find a hat.
can I see your hands, please? Because I see like I kind of forget that I have stuff on my hands. So like when I get on camera, sometimes I'll forget. So
You're so colorful.
I know it's just in a world that's just so blah, why not color?
I 100% agree with that, especially as an adult now. I think first I have to ask you about, I think what your newest, the one I've seen the most is the horror, what is it? Horror in America? Did I get the title wrong? That you drew the cover for.
Did and actually I just got my copy
Oh,
today.
yay. Ooh,
And
that looks so good.
it is a textbook. Like
Wow.
this is a thicker reader. Like I'm actually kind of shocked. Like I was very from the inception. Like it really was. Like I wrote the first poem I basically ever wrote is in this. Um, and we were talking
Good
about
now. All right. Tell me about the what is it, Horror in America?
horror. Why is it blurring that? Horror in America and beyond.
Okay.
So, from the very beginning, I met Jesu. That's the editor. She's head of Barrio Press, and I wrote a poem, like my first ever poem, basically. And I really like it. I read it at my first poetry slam, which was nerve-wracking but fun. I had to get it out over and done with. So, but I'm really proud of it. I basically learned that poetry doesn't have to be like pretty or nice. So
Mm-hmm.
like my poetry tends to be pretty dark, scathing, and yeah, like it's probably like what the horror writer in me should do. I don't know why that it brings it out when I do poetry, but yeah, so that basically inspired the cover, which one more time is because I don't know why it just came to me because in there's a stanza in the poem basically um called misplaced hatred that it basically becomes like you would probably know because you were my poison expert, so you kind of the joys and how beautiful nature can be, but like the fungus that can infect ants and make them like climb
Mm-hmm.
up and to be eaten by birds, like it kind of takes over. That's
Mm-hmm.
basically what the picture is, where it's just the fungus has taken over a certain political side and bursting through, and you could see little bits of spores and all that. So, and of course it's in front of the border. So I definitely have a lot of opinions and social commentary, so I don't hide that very well. So just poem and then the art, and then um she like reopened um the spot so you can get a story in, and I ended up doing another story called Checkmate, which is basically about uh possessed abuela that like it's kind of like my take on like Sam Raimi, like kind of like Drag Me to Hell, but it's just she's possessed and they're trying to get her across the city to kind of get unpossessed, and I and ice stops them. So
Oh,
um
well, I
so
hope it ends badly for I
yeah,
yeah.
uh much so, like I can my first ever kill via burrito happened, and I'm very, very proud of it. Like, I don't know where it came from, but I just like we saw pictures of like ICE agents like eating at Chipotle, and I was like, great, you should screenshot that and use that for something, and I certainly did. So yeah,
That'll be a first. I've never heard of a kill via burrito, so I'm gonna have to check that one out. That sounds awesome.
like I love a creative kill. Like the crazier, the better. So
Uh-huh.
I'm like, I want to do as many words as I can so I can cross burrito off there. So that just came out. Um, there's so many stories in there, and there's like some heavy hitters in there. So I'm proud to be a part of it, proud to be cover artist for it. And yeah, I'm gonna have to crack into that, edit to my TBR, but that's legit like 500 pages. Like
Yeah,
that's
that's
what else?
thick.
Like, yeesh. So
who is the editor for that one? Or
the
the
editor,
compiler?
Devin Anderson, I believe.
Okay, okay, yeah.
Yep. Yeah, and then yeah, Maria Estrada, and then yeah, Devin Anderson. So but yeah, there's a lot of good ones in there, and there's just I have friends that put stuff in, and also I have this here. So I mean, I might as well just show that off too. I mean,
Hey, I got one
case.
too.
I mean, just I I love a neon, but
Yes.
I finished that one. So and I need to write a review, so I'm so behind on my reviews, but I also just decided to start like a whole new book, and I'm also doing a little bit of Phrique, drawing someone else's logo, drawing my own cover, and that's just like this morning. So
Yeah, you're busy now, especially because that actually leads me into the next person who requested that I ask you about your inspiration for the vampire one that you did. That the name is escaping me, but I wrote it down.
Avarice.
Hold on. Curse me by my name, by your name, not mine, yours.
My name, that is my Bloody Mary one.
Yes. Okay. I thought it was vampire. I have not read that one yet.
It's okay because I mean she does look vampy, but that's Bloody Mary. So
they wanted to know what. So the inspiration behind the cover was clearly Bloody Mary. Then that makes a lot more sense.
I'm so glad you asked because this you get to see just the genius that is me and my brain where these come from. The story legit came from a meme, and it was a very dumb meme, and it was like I'm kind of embarrassed, but then also I'm not. I'm gonna find it. I don't want to be a boomer on my phone, but um, it's legit. Like there it is. Hopefully you can see this. It's literally just come on, focus, help me out here. So it's literally just
Okay.
called Bloody Mary, and he said, "Watch how hard I can piss," and she just pisses on the floor, and her face is just so very random, very dumb. But
I would say that's random.
that's my humor. So legit, it is about it's my back cover that I drew too,
Ooh.
and but I do tell you, like, it is a rom com with a body count, and I'm gonna kill 36 people in it because it is a rom com, like it really is. And I know that's like surprising. It's kind of like it's basically is anti horror because kind of like how Beetlejuice is considered anti horror because it's about the story that's happening, but you're just kind of in like a scary, ghosty, like dead thing kind of world. So, but that's basically it. It's just I thought what would happen like a day in the life of Bloody Mary. So it really is like we open up, she just slaughtered like 4 preteens. That's the other sad thing. Like basically everyone that dies is like co-eds and younger because
It's the
I don't
curse.
see many 40-year-olds that are calling Bloody Mary. Like if you really think about it. So it's like, well,
Yeah.
I guess I'm a kid killer. So I've crossed
But it
out.
goes, I mean, it wouldn't make sense if she was like killing, teenage boys.
Yeah, it's like it's got to be. I try and balance it out. There's a little hot topic kid seance. There's a I cover all the bases. Just because I got to get those little jabs in there and the little jokes in. But yeah, the funny thing is just it really is like she's just going through the kills, just slaughtering like she does. But she's kind of like she doesn't feel it. She's kind of just her heart's not in it. Like she's kind of thinking about she has to pick up her dry cleaning while she's like cutting and like getting like pancreas off her nails,
Right.
So then it's like the minute the kills are done, she just goes back to the office, and it's a legit like an office. Like you could hear like the little like the fluorescence above, and she has to do a Zoom call with my cat. Just opened my whole door. Hi, Lucifer. Um, but like she's on like a Zoom call with like La Llorona and is it Mordrake or Mandrake? I should know that, but the guy who has the face on the back of his head. That it's like an old like this. All my urban legends and all my like American folklore, it's all in there. Like Baba Yaga's their boss. There's shadow children just running around. There's the head of HR. Of course, I don't have my sticker. Dang it. The head of HR is a 70-foot long sewer gator named Sandra, and I'm trying to not run over my cat. Hold on.
Oh my God, I love your chair.
Oh, thank you. I mean, like it's so bougie. Like it's so hard to be like, help me, you guys. I'm a struggling indie author. Please buy my books, but also you don't know how much this chair cost me. But
The struggle.
so that's Sandra.
Oh, I love that.
She's legit like she's the head of HR, and that's what makes it so funny because she is like a 60-foot long alligator. So it's very like she shows up and she has to like wait in line to at the metal detector, and she's got to deal with like a harpy that she doesn't really get along with, and it's just lots of it. The banter is almost like it almost is like an office rom-com, but then again she's just kind of still going to, and when she gets summoned she still has to go kill. But it just so happens one time she gets summoned, she meets somebody, a girl that is going through some tough times, and like she basically was going to say it the third time, but she didn't. So now she's kind of like, why am I feeling this weird? Like I thought I'm dead inside. Am I having these like emotions for like a human of all things? So then it becomes like, um, will they, won't they? It's like a forbidden, like you're going against procedures. And then Baba Yaga's like, um, I think she says like, like listen to the monster in your heart, not the monster in your head. So it goes back and forth, but it's really crazy because like I legit do, like people said they like got teary-eyed at the end because I like to pull some emotions. But I believe the outcome is perfect, and yeah, I'm having a lot of fun with. I'm calling it the DILF verse because it's the Department of Infamous Lore Folk. So because I have to throw. That's the one thing. This is very much like this is the calm. Like I do so many jokes in there that are just so. Like I've been saving these for like years, so it's great that I found like a place to put them all. But hi Lucifer, say hello.
I heard him. I'm
I'm not,
leaving that in.
I'm not picking him up because I am highly allergic to my child, but I don't want to start sneezing on camera. So but yeah, it's so much fun, and there's legit like the tooth fairy. Her name is Pearl, and they all hate her because she microwaves fish in the break room. So it's that like it's
Yeah.
you get that like they're human but they're not, because it's like the tooth fairy is also like a bone elemental who kind of got like the Kardashian upgrade. That's why she looks like pretty, but when she gets angry, the bones start to like protrude through her skin. It's kind of like, all right, let me calm down. So yeah, the horror elements are definitely there, but you're gonna get a little bit of rom-com, a little bit of sad, but yeah. And then her love interest is asexual. So I wanted that representation in there too. So
Yes.
like it's really easy to do. And I'm just trying to show like you can do this pretty effortlessly. Like it's just writing human beings or monsters too. But yeah, because I mean Bloody Mary is kind of asexual because she's a ghost. So
Yeah. It's also weird to sexualize things that don't exist. Like
yeah,
I mean, it isn't, I shouldn't say weird. I think it's um some people are not comfortable with the thought of the spectrum of human personality and writing in a way that they maybe don't understand. So I
yep,
know like some people like myself are a little cautious about it, in that I always hope that when I have people read it, please tell me if I said something weird that doesn't,
yeah.
jive right with this situation. But I also think that sometimes leaving it open-ended for other people to decide if it's, if this person, what this person's sexuality is more my preference.
Yeah.
You feel like, but I feel like your work is very, like, I would say represents the entire spectrum of human existence almost. You like pack so many colorful, interesting, intricate characters into just like a little bitty book. It's like so much, it's like an insane rainbow technicolor, like neon colors into your brain through words. And it's
Like
also very comedic. I don't think I've ever read anything of yours that wasn't also like a dark comedy sort of. So I feel like, do you think you could do something serious without the comedy?
man, you know how to ask good questions. That's legit. So I think I've done hee hee ha ha, and that's a story that I am literally like I already wrote the opening scene. I'm working on the cover now. It is literally going to be me like kind of flexing my horror muscle to show there is no he's, there will be no ha's. Like I'm talking, there can't even the tiniest even little because like I'm big on dialogue. So
Mhm.
um I I know how to write, how people talk, but like I don't understand when you're like, you're reading something, these two people are running away from the killer and they're like, this could be our last time, we should have sex right now. I'm so horny right now. Like my fight or flight doesn't work. Like blood flow that's supposed to be going, to my extremities, I'm gonna put all towards my genitals right now because that's what it needs. Like I that's not how my brain works and that's not how it
Right.
works. So I'm like, let me try and write that. like, but to say all that, wow, that's a crazy tangent. But this is the story I'm doing is kind of gonna be my next novel, like Thicarita. Like Sesame Timbers is pretty big. Like that's my
Yeah.
biggest one, and it's my little baby. But yeah, that's pretty thick. And I
Mhm.
just have to tell you, that is a
Yay.
award sticker. I'm still very.
Which one is it?
That's for the Slashic
Oh,
toys.
yes. I just saw that. Yay. I'm so happy. You
No.
won more than one. Yeah.
And
Got
so
two, right?
I sure she'll be reading this to him. Yep. So that's this one 3, and I think this one 3. So
That's so cool.
I mean that's just what my ego needed, but but it is nice to know that I'm being read, I'm being seen, and that people are picking up and I'm putting down. But once again, let me go back. So this story I'm doing, it's not no laughs. It's literally just me flexing my horror muscle to say this is all scary. This is all it's gonna be very like existential. Um so yeah, you get the exclusive. I basically decided the title is going to be Eidolon, and I think I'm saying that wrong. I think it's Eidolon, but I don't like how that sounds, so I'm gonna say Eidolon. Because I'm a word nerd, so
Uh-huh.
which literally means like an apparition, kind of like an entity, but it's like goes back to like Greek mythology and all that.
Oh,
But
okay.
the whole thing about this story is that's really hard is I couldn't come up with a title for the longest time because the entity in the story basically has no name. It's not nameable. Like Lovecraft did a story called like The Unnameable, and it's kind of that where it doesn't it doesn't exist, but it does. It's not good or bad. It just is.
Mhm.
Kind of like going. This is like my own kind of Cthulhu mythos. Like so, this is the Phrique version of the mythos, where it's just what if you saw something that was so beautiful that you basically started to go crazy because you realize that you'll never see anything that beautiful again. So basically, it's just something's out like in the forest that has always been there, probably been there since before time started, and usually stays pretty hidden. But because man has to keep on knocking down forests and spreading out, it has no place to hide, and it's almost like, you know what? I'm tired of hiding, so it's just coming out. But the thing is, it's basically like nature, like personified, where nature's not nice. It's actually pretty cruel. We
Mhm.
see the nice stuff, but yeah, there's a lot of death in nature, and sometimes it's just starting over. Like a death is in beginning, so it's kind of that where it's just if you get in even like a little, if you get close to it, it's basically like a radiation. Like you start to, you know, blood starts to foam out of orifices,
Oh.
its skin starts to blister, and it's just when you actually see it though, for whatever reason, you just figure you will never see anything that beautiful again, so you just start ripping your eyes out and you basically want to kill yourself. So
Might as well
it's
end it. You're at peak. This is
that's because I'm like I like the whole seeing something so unbelievable that you go crazy, but I'm like I have an aesthetic. Let's make it so beautiful that you'll never see it again. But it just goes crazy. I'm telling it in from the point of view of like 3 different people in 3 different eras. So it'll be like one character from the 1950s, one character from like the 1990s, 2000s, and then one character now. And it's basically dealing with entity in all three eras. There's going to be a cult that, of course, wants to find it because they're like, this is, and like their cult survivor, the leaders is someone who's seen it. So they think like leper colony, where like they had to cut off their hands because they keep trying to kill themselves. So it's very, yeah, it's gonna be like, even I'm sitting here like, you doing okay, JJ? Because that's kind of out there. So
That is, I like it. I'm excited to see that. Are you going to draw the cover for this one too? Are you already working on it?
that's the thing too, because the whole thing is, I want to make it like you don't see it, but it's there. It's a sense. So it's almost like, how do you draw? Like, how do you name something that doesn't have a name? How do you draw something that isn't there, but you know it's there? You know, it's almost like I definitely want like a scene where there's just this like beautiful forest, and all of a sudden you just start to see it start to like die and gray and just open it up and just something's going on. So it's gonna be very like just eco horror, but like the whole nuclear radioactive, and like I've been researching like I think it's called the Einfield forest.
Yeah,
that
what you're talking about. Yeah.
So I'm a nerd for all that research stuff. That there's something called the Musagawa files, something like that. I just started like all this stuff is coming to me, and I'm like, great. Something else I have, the Miyake events, and then there's something called like the Devil's Tramping Ground in North Carolina, fairy circles, all kinds of. This is all stuff I get to research today. So, it's kind of just, yeah. I don't know how long it's gonna take me, but I'm excited for it. But yeah, it's gonna be a lot. But I am, like I said, no hee-hees, no ha-has. If you laugh,
So
like,
you say. I feel like you're going to throw a few in there. I don't think you can help it.
I think it is very much in my personality.
It's
I'm a try
like
not.
ingrained. Yeah.
Usually when I do it, it's really for like in Gig of the Damned. I've a lot of jokes, but usually someone just died, so I'm kind of trying to let's lighten it a little bit, and also life goes on. But I mean, like in Sesame Timbers, like the butt jokes were so like abundant,
Yes.
but also they kind of lightened when it was dark, and yeah.
Well, I feel like honestly, horror and sarcasm, I think those go hand in hand, because I would venture to guess that most horror authors deal with their trauma with sarcasm and making jokes at inappropriate times, like funerals, or you get it, that kind of thing. So I almost feel like those two things have to go together for survival.
Like I didn't get this hilarious like on my own. Like it took a drama. Like my mother alone, just like it took
right.
I have to put it in my work.
I didn't get this. That's a good one. I'm gonna say that to my mom. Okay, I have 5 stupid questions for you.
Okay.
And they're not weird, I was informed, so I got to work on the weird part. I'll work on that afterwards. Okay. What is the most important function of horror in your opinion?
Most important I think basically just I like horror that shines a light on things that aren't like, I see it. I'm sure a lot of people see it, but for some reason a big fraction of people don't. And so that's why I like more, just sometimes you have to just smack people in the face with stuff for them to get it. So it's kind of, I was like, yeah, like it's kind of hard to describe, but it's just, and without getting myself canceled or coming out problematic, but just, yeah, I think that some people kind of just keep on skating by, and I'm like, nope, let's get them. That's all my stories. I have to kind of get my little jabs in there. So just, yeah, I like horror that functions by saying, hey, we saw that and you're not going to get away with it. So make sure
calling out, like horror is a call out to the things that get ignored.
Yep.
I think, or like those, it turns small monsters into big monsters that people can understand.
Yep.
Especially when you work in the any sort of queer horror, especially now, like people are writing some really awesome stuff that I think is way more like they're not softening it for people anymore, which
Yep.
is great.
Yeah, because like that Sesame Timber is really the monster in that is that this is what happens when you don't be honest with yourself, and
Hmm.
and basically what can manifest if you keep stay in the closet and just act like that's not you. That's basically what.
Suppressing the yourself, your natural self.
Yep. So just yeah, I say speak on it, write it, scare me a little bit, make me laugh, and I'll be happy.
Maybe throw some boobs in there.
Yeah.
Okay, what weird horror thing do you believe is true? Like chupacabra, aliens, that kind of.
Hmm.
I will also accept government conspiracy theories.
Hmm. That's I don't know. I'm trying to think. Like it's. I'm really just. I guess because I'm on my like eco horror kick, where just like you're kind of like we're only supposed to go so far, and when you go too far, that's when you see all these like missing 411s where like there's unexplainable like people just disappearing, and then they somehow show up, like 400 miles away, like the next day, like wait a minute,
Mhm.
like stuff like that. There's just like I guess it's kind of broad to say, but kind of like just the whole X-Files thing where it's just like, yep, there's a lot of stuff we're not talking about. There's a lot of things that kind of get like subterfuge and like, so hey, look, one of the Kardashians, got a new lip. So don't look at that. Don't look at that. So yeah, I just yeah, that's kind of I'll just say that the X-Files slogan, the truth is out there, something like that. That's mine.
Now, are you leaning towards these disappearances are like people from outer space, or are these more like inside jobs? Things
I
are happening within that we don't know about?
I like the inside job thing just because like I would think if aliens ever did, like I really do think aliens like lock their car door when they go past our planet and they're like,
Yeah, probably.
"Ah, like that's what I would do. But yeah, I think it's inside job. I think that there's stuff that was here way before us, and there's stuff that is still out there, and it's just kind of like we're just stuck with our iPads in our face, and it's like it's still out there. So but the only people that seem to get it are like the hikers and like the people that like, hey, I'm gonna go get some exercise. Like it's kind of sad. Like we need to flip that around somehow. But I'll
Make
say
it all, yeah.
I'll say that for another story. Like people that are like addicted to their iPads that get some kind of an insidious curse that, yeah, something like that.
An eyeball curse.
There you go. I'm gonna write that one down.
So I know you often post movies that you're watching, like horror movies, old ones. So I think this is a good one for you. What is a horror movie that you think more people should see? And you watch, I would say, more. Well, they're kind of all over from what 70s up, a little bit of everything. So you have a
Yeah,
more to choose from.
basically like a movie a day. Like if I can, that's like my comfort. So if I could just watch, and the worse, the better. Like I love the '70s ones, but I would say basically my like if I were to pick my favorite movie right now, like number one is When Evil Lurks, which is I want to say it's Argentinian.
I've
Um,
seen that one.
yep, and
Yeah.
that one, and I'm very sensory oriented. Like I'm high sensory seeking, and like you can legit tell. But like uh when I watched that, I remember just like the minute we left the theater, like I had TMI, I had to pee, and like I'm I'm like at the urinal, and I remembered like I kept looking behind me, like there's something there. Like I need to keep an eye on my back, and I'm like, okay, so good job, movie, you got me. Like basically, like I'm a grown ass man, but like that's kind of my litmus test is if I check the shower before I pee, then I'm scared. So that's basically.
Okay. Is it the possession aspect of that movie or more like the
I don't like a possession, but that worked so well where it was just a whole different version of possession that we did that I've seen. Um, but I guess just knowing that like that story was just a little town like in the country that's far, far away, but that could be happening right now, like
Mm.
down the street. And then you can go check the mail and something runs past you that just jumped in. And it's kind of one of those, okay, so that's where my brain goes. But yeah,
That
that's
makes sense.
yeah, it's
You just
just one
want to hide in your shower.
like because how many horror movies happen where it's someone like Paranormal Activity, it was just in someone's house. So
Yeah.
that could be the lady that you can't stand down the street, and it's just you would never know it. So it's that little creep of like you don't really know what's going on around you all the time. So that's that's the one.
I think that's a good one. That was a good movie. It was very gory.
Yeah.
Like my husband can't do the gore, so we had to shut it off and I had to watch it by myself later.
The
'Cause that was too much.
the dog scene literally
Yeah, that was hard.
for just the silence and like people left, and it was just I don't think it was necessary, but it worked. It's one of those just like I wish I didn't see that, but it's one
Yeah.
of just but it worked, so I kept
Mhm.
mad at it.
Okay, what do you think is the best vessel for horror, for intaking horror? Would you say audiobook, storytelling, music, comic books?
I mean, I think it's kind of easy to just say movies, but really because that is really what started horror for me was just again I need to see it. I need to feel like and for me I'm very like I like giallos. I like very like lots of color like Suspiria is known for just all the color it uses and giallos are
Mhm.
very stylized where it's just big when there's red like the whole screen is red and it's just like that's kind of what showed me even as like a kid that so you like weird stuff, you like seeing faces ripped off, so that's good to know. You like just but I need to know like I don't want it to be just gratuitous. Like I need to know why I feel bad that this person got their face ripped off. Like I think it's just but that's kind of what started because then I'm like, okay, well, I like this feeling of being scared, but also like I'm in my home, so I'm safe. So then that's what got me started reading. Because I watched horror movies when I was way too young, and it shows. And
We all had that one.
so then like I want to chase that high basically. So I started reading, and then I just kept reading. Then I started getting into comics. Then I started looking at like different types of surreal art and yeah, it's basically kind of just I keep going and now I just every day I find something new that I'm like, well, that is awesome. I'm gonna take a mental screenshot of that. So yeah, I think movies are the best, like that's my gateway drug, basically.
It was kind of a combination because from a movie you get sort of a storytelling aspect as well, and then the sound, the audio gives you the feeling. So I feel like if you can't have someone telling you a story, a movie's probably the next best thing.
Yep.
You get
And
a
I
little bit of everything.
like the most like it is I'm even though my stories are ridiculous, like they're legit, you know, me and Ash are going to a club and fighting like gigantic spiders, and hobo monsters and everything else. Um, but we're storytelling. So the same thing that, like our ancestors did and, over campfires and, chasing saber-tooth tigers, basically, writing on cave walls, we're doing the same thing. Just mine usually has a lot more cross dressers and nuns and
As it should.
yeah, like why not?
What was your earliest memory as a child of horror? Your first brush with horror?
Hmm. I think I know for a fact that I like my aunt showed me like or like my cousins wanted to watch like Nightmare on Elm Street. And I remember
Mm.
like I was so young that it really wasn't like wrapping around my head, but I'm seeing people die and I'm like, well that's keeping my attention. I don't really know exactly what but it did scare me. Um but yeah, basically then like because I've my older brother basically when I found out he was watching scary stuff, I'm like, well, I want to watch too. And he's like, just don't tell mom. And yeah, she found out because I went and told her every little thing. Like that's but the movie like Phenomena from it's also called like Creepers. for America, the American version. It's an old one. Like I like those weird obscure ones, but
Uh-huh.
it is Italian, but it has like Jennifer Connelly when she's like teenager, and it
Oh,
is crazy. And I legit watched it when I was way too little. It was on cable. My dad just left it on and just left me alone. And there's legit like gigantic scissors cutting off this lady's head, and then just there's a monkey with a razor, and like there's bugs that are like eating like the flesh off of like the skull, and like my mom came home and I'm like trying to tell her all this, and she's just all right, let me get in the door. And also like, what did you let this child watch? And it's funny because then when I watched it again as a grown-up, it's like, yeah, that all happened. Like there was a monkey with a razor, and there's like bugs eating skulls, and so it was kind of little those. Okay, so you weren't completely off it, but just you caused some probably irreversible damage somewhere. But again,
the imprint.
look how it turned out. So
Exactly. It gave us so many great books and covers and arts out of it.
exactly.
Are you So I know you're doing all of your own covers, and that's probably something you're going to continue doing. And it sounds like now you're doing covers for other people. Is this like more of a passion project, or is this something that you're going to kind of move forward into at just like being an author, like offering cover services?
Yeah, like it really just like Sesame Timbers was the first cover I did because I really did like go up to authors like, hey, can you draw me like a stained glass like nun with like a really big ass, and like, and surprisingly they were like, I don't know if I could do that, but good luck finding someone who can. So I
You're
basically
like, sir, this is a Wendy's.
so then like I just basically said, well, I guess I'm gonna have to draw because I kind of forgot I can draw because I haven't drawn in like 10 something years. Like it's been a while. So then I'm like, well, let me pull out the old Procreate and see what I could do. And what do you know? I drew my
You
cover.
did it. Yeah.
And then I drew my back cover. So that's the cover for that one. In case they didn't know what the big booty on the stained glass. I mean, I think I did that. And then back cover.
That one's my favorite.
I mean, just the amount of work it took to get those nipple piercings to show, like there's lots of
doing God's work there.
There's lots of skill to the insanity, but yeah, that's basically like, and then it just kind of took off from there because I mean, I really with this Eidolon story, there's this older, she does like the paperbacks from hell, like the old vintage horror. She's still around, she's still doing art, and she does like forests really well. And I kind of want her to draw it just so I can have like that, I like an homage. But then the part of me is like, but I draw my own covers. Like I kind of want to see if I can do it, which is gonna be rough, but I'm gonna give it a shot. But I may keep her in my back pocket just in case. But yeah, like I kind of accidentally, like Asher basically like suckered me into doing one of her covers, but I have to know the premise because she said, hey, can you draw me a werewolf stripper and a like vampire in like coochie cutters? I said, count me in. Like that's just like grown up monster high to me, so I'm in. Why not? So it's kind of one of those like I'm selective. Like if I know that it's gonna work for me, like I'll do it. So but I don't want to like say yes, I'm open to commissions off the bat because like my DMs are already literal horror show, and like I'm so bad at just getting back people as it is. Like I don't want to just start pissing people off, but little by little I think I can. But also I have like 5 covers I'm working on for stories that aren't even done yet. So just I think for right now it's just I'm kind of going to focus on me. If you want to slide in my DMs and kind of be like, hey, like if it's something cool, like if it's something that you think that like you can kind of tell my aesthetic, if it gels, like I'm on it. But if it's something like just kind of weird and obscure, and I'm like, I guess I can, like, please don't ask me to draw like a girl in a cage in a basement, please. Like
that's not interesting.
I don't know.
Be interesting.
I mean, just I don't know how I work. I always work that shade in there, but I'm just, but yeah, it's one of those. Just I'm, right now being selfish, and focusing on me and a couple little, people who asked. But I think later on, once I kind of get my bearings, I'll probably start being open more to commissions. But just if you have something cool though, you can slide in my DMs and I will do my best to answer it within 4 to 6 years, I promise.
They got to pitch you.
Yeah.
So I would say, let's see, how many books do you have out now? 3 full length, right?
I have 5.
5.
Lube Me Up with Frightens sold out. So that's kind of one of those, like, that's my little ghost baby. Like it's still there in heart, but I don't have any more. Like they really did sell out. So, and
You're not going to order more, or was it like a limited print?
Limited edition. It was only 250.
Oh, wow.
I didn't even want to do that, but it is like, I'm really trying to not get mixed. Like it says on the cover, don't mix me. Can like, I know how these weirdos are. It will blow up and it will be everywhere, and I will get sued because somebody at McDonald's is going to find it. So I'm kind of trying to stay under the radar.
So it's like a collector's edition.
Yeah, and so basically, so season 2, I'm in the middle of writing. I write them like live on my Substack. You can read chapters 1, 2, and 3 of season 2 right now on my Substack, and I'm working on chapter 4 right now. That's how I wrote the first one. I literally write it live, and I don't know what I'm going to put. I have like a rough outline, but I don't know what jokes will be in there. I don't know what characters will be there, but it's just, it's very, like, I'm brand new to this. I've only been writing for, I want to say, it's going to be over 2 years now. Like, Gig of the Dam's only 2 years old. That was my debut. So, like, this is all bottled up, I think. So I'm just kind of letting it all go, like, playing it just by ear. But, I have 5 right now. I think Cursing by Your Name is my last one. I have a feeling that probably Lube Me Up with Frightens season 2 will be next, just because once I'm done with it, it's like, ship it off to the editor. Make sure they have lots of liquor to deal with all that, because there's that'll probably be out. But I really want to work on this Eidolon. Like I said, I have the new semester starts in August. Yeah. And I have all these events coming up. So we'll see. I'm going to do my best to like hunker down and focus. Maybe if I stop watching so many weird horror movies, I can write more, but it's kind of one of those, you need one or the other. Like that's, yeah. But 5 for now. Probably stick with that for a while, but yeah.
I think that's a good number of personal works to have. Plus you've got all the anthologies you're in, and
it's kind of crazy. Like if I'm watching the Phrique show, I'd be like, so calm down, girl. You don't need to do so much. But also, like each story was just kind of like, I think it was just in there. Like I had to write a lesbian nun story. Like it was in there, and it's so weird. And even going back and looking, and when I'm like at like shows trying to like sell people on it, I'm like, you just said like you killed 36 children. Like they're looking at you like you just said that. So yeah, but I'm very proud of them all, and I keep on, and I have so many that I have to do more. So I want to get them out before I forget anything. So I'm just gonna keep on keeping.
I feel like I don't know if you feel the same way, but after I got my first one out, that I felt like this rush that like if I didn't get something else out and keep going, I was either gonna fall behind or it was gonna like evaporate out of my brain, and I would never be able to hold those again. Then do you feel like that's something you went through as well?
I think like my notes app is ridiculous. It has the most random stuff, but I'll write it down because I will forget. But that's Gig of the Dam started because I literally had a list of drag queen names that I wanted to use. Because like, you need a shower and Extra Manessa, they all became characters because I had a list of like 20 of them. Like, what are you going to do with this? Like, you should write a book and kill them all. And that's what I did. And now the drag queen list is up to like 60. So Gig of the Dam 2, Electric Boogaloo, is coming. But that's on the list. That's just, and I had to call Electric Boogaloo because that's my ongoing joke. Whenever you say something to, I have to say Electric Boogaloo.
As it rhymes.
And so it has to. But that's be another big one because like I killed like 12 girls in the first one. And the second season is basically going to be, they're on a reality show that people may know of, TV drag competition shows. So we'll just say that, wink, wink. But like, there's gonna be like an even bigger cast, and I've got to literally kill them off, and then do the same thing I did in the first one, but 10 times better with a much bigger platform. And then I want to do like a hardcover of Gig of the Damned that I draw the cover for, that has a prequel in it, that has a little, it's going to be called Not Without My Bedazzler. So I have lots and lots of plans. But like I said, just if I can get like 36 hours in a day, I think I'd be good. Like,
yeah,
I think
just an extra 12, right?
like, just because I have to sleep at some point. I try not to, but the body doesn't really let me. So yeah.
Well, I think to wrap up, if you could tell everyone where you said you mentioned events, and so I'm assuming you're going to be doing some more book conventions before the end of the year.
Yes. So I'm doing Hunters Against Hate, Four Horsemen of the Gay Apocalypse. I had to get that right because that's the best. Like, I legit,
that's a good name.
All you had to do is tell me that, and I said, I am there with bells on and backpacks and contacts and everything else. I will be there August 1st and 2nd, and I am literally dragging Sarah DeRosa with me because
nice.
I have not seen her since our first AuthorCon. Like, we popped each other's table cherries, so I miss her. I haven't seen her in forever. So like, she's up in Michigan because it's in Kalamazoo. So I'm basically dragging you to this event with me. So I'm excited to see her, and everybody. It's like crazy. There's like people that were like in sleepaway camp are going to be there. Like, there's actors and all the different like FX makeup and all that stuff. So it's gonna be great. That's very soon. It's like 2 weeks. Okay.
Yeah.
No pressure. That's okay. Yeah, poor brain. And then the Bizarre in Valparaiso, Indiana, is September 26th from 1 to 7. So that's luckily close by. So that's my first one that I'm doing there, but I'm excited for that. There's one more event that I think I'm waiting for someone to get back to me on, but like, these are fun. Like, I really like meeting people, and I like, basically forcing people to hear what a weirdo I am and the weird stuff I write. And I like having my little fan.
Yeah.
Like,
that's the best. That is the best merch I've seen at somebody's table, is a fan.
I mean, that cover is just, how can you not?
It's beautiful. It's so eye-catching.
I mean, and I just, shameless plug, there's only like 13 of these left. So like, I know how the machine works. I can't just say they're infinite. So once they're gone, they're gone. So I just have to. I love it though, and it legit is like the best for like author cons. Like, just those places are hot. So like, I would like legit say I make my sales because I say, here, free air conditioning, and I'll fan them from back there, and it works. So
you bring them in.
Yep.
I gotta steal your method.
I mean, legit, like, my tip: be sticky. You want to be sticky. See, even this
no,
is.
I don't think so.
Be as sticky as you can, because you want them to literally not be able to get away from you, and they're stuck on you, and they want to hear everything that you want to say, and then they just magically pull out that wallet and they just buy all your books. So
I'm only gonna post that quote from you out of context, though. Just anytime anybody needs some advice. JJ said, "Be sticky."
Be sticky. I yell out lesbian nuns, killer drag queens, and literally that either scares them away or pulls them in. But one way or another, I have my web and I am ready.
You're like Spider-Man.
Please, I don't need a new slogan. So
a slogan.
I could do both, but yeah, I don't know how Be Sticky will work. But
it's not gonna work, but it's gonna stay around.
Yeah. And I did it to myself. It's what I deserve.
Exactly. Well, thank you, JJ, for talking with me today. And I would really love to have you back on once you've gotten this the project you were just telling me about done, because I am like fascinated. I want to hear more about this. I would love to read it when it's finished. It sounds like the most interesting thing in my life right now. So,
well, like, you really helped a lot with Sesame Timbers, so I'll probably be in your DMs anyways, because you seem to kind of know a lot of the stuff that I kind of like to touch on. So I'm sure you'll be hearing from me.
Mind meld. It's perfect.
Yeah. So, but
Right. Thank you, JJ.
it was a lot of fun.